June 2010, there will be over 25 farmers markets in the District of Columbia. They play an integral role in providing residents of all quadrants with fruits and vegetables, meats and cheeses, and sometimes value-added products such as pasta sauce or apple cider. The markets are most active during the spring and summer months when the Chesapeake Bay food shed is at its peak harvest. However, several are open all year round, including the market at RFK Stadium, the DuPont Circle Market, Eastern Market near the Capitol, and the D.C. Farmers Market on 5th Street Northeast. Over the past decade, and in particular the past year or two, farmers markets and the push towards sustainable local food has become in vogue in a major way. As farmers markets sprout up in new neighborhoods all around the country, so have urban gardens, community-supported agriculture programs, and restaurants that tout their status as supporters of their local region. From the celebration of First Lady Michelle Obama as a gardener cum local food activist to the highly politicized film Food Inc., the dialogue on agriculture and food choices has become prominent on a national level. As my research project demonstrates, the idea that the modern-day farmers market is a progressive site that challenges corporate food structures is complete mythology. This idea persists in the imaginations of market-goers, many of whom shop daily or weekly to get their local fix and to contribute to a perceived social justice. The notion that the market is a cohesive community whose members support one another symbiotically has mythologized and popularized the scene. This project engages that mythology and dissects the transformation of the farmers market from an alternative arena to a globalized food system to its contemporary form as a site of neoliberal exclusivity. There is a seemingly progressive notion that purchasing one's foods from a local farmer's market in place of a corporate grocery is better for the environment, supports the community, and sustains farmers. In the attempt to create an alternative to a globalizing food system, the actions of these self-described localvores stand for and embody everything that neoliberalism espouses: self-sufficiency, consumerism, individual success, choice, and highly exclusionary practices. Unknowingly, the system they seek to weaken is further enhanced by their actions in a creative reinvention of an old system.
I'm Juan Velasco, and I teach at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, American Studies. Got interested in food as a political symbol, particularly the counterculture, how the counterculture got interested in people like me, my generation got interested in food as a way of protesting in the 1960s and turned to natural food and organic food and really the whole birth of the sustainable food movement today, I think, comes out of that period.
I'm Bernadine Prince. I'm one of the founders. There are two founders and co-directors of Fresh Farm Markets. Yonkers and I started Fresh Farm Markets in 1997 as a program at American Farmland Trust. So she and I met in 1996, and we worked to start and get the city to agree to allow us to open the DuPont Circle Farmers Market in 1997. Prior to that, Ann had done a study of DC, looking at where to put a producer-only farmers market in the city, because at that time in the 90s there was not a producer-only farmers market in the city. That first season of the market, I believe it's like 15 market days, we had about 20,000 customers and 15 farmers, as I said, and our sales were just over, it was about $254,000. We had 15 growers at that market. We had fruit, vegetable, flowers, and plants. We're in the same space, and that market's been year-round since 2003. And we have 40 farmers and what we call producers at that market. And in the winter even, which is January, February, March, we have about 35 farmers down there. So,
would you explain the difference between a producer and a farmer or a seller?
Producer only means that you have to be the grower, or you have to have in some way crafted the product that is brought to market. So we ask that farmers be growing the vegetables, the fruit, the raising the livestock. Watermen are welcome in the market as long as they are certified to catch fish or shellfish in our region, and that the product does come from our region, which we define as Chesapeake Bay watershed, about a 200-mile radius around the District of Columbia, including the states of Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. Farmers markets, we feel, are for farmers to support the local farm economy, to ensure that farmers are making a living by selling directly at farmers markets, and that they see a future in agriculture and that their land will be maintained in agriculture. So we want to focus on the local farmer and the local product. You can, again, find resale in any other venue. That's not what we're about. So you get connected to the food in a different way, I think. And I mean, I've never had a fast food hamburger. That just doesn't appeal to me. I like fresh local food. And so every place I've lived, I've either found the farmer's market or done something to make sure that I could get fresh food from local farmers.